So when you think about your life and you think about how you are living it out, if you had to write down in one sentence, my life is counting in the following ways, how would you follow that sentence? In what ways? What would you write down? My life is counting in the following ways. Would you find yourself having to think up something? Or can you think right now, well, my life's counting for this or for that or for the other, whatever it might be? So give me some illustration. No, you think about it. Is your life counting in some way, making a difference?
Time is short. Time is short. If someone had told me when I was 20 years old that life was very short and would pass just like that, I wouldn't have believed it. And everything today reminds us of today and reminds us of the importance of this moment and of this hour and of this minute. No interstate highways. Elvis Presley was just a little boy. The Beatles had just been born.
Therefore, be careful how you walk, not as wise men, but as wise, making the most of your time, because the days are evil. This verse has been called the Bible's key to time management. Learn to live in the eternal now. Today is the only day you have. Redeem the time. Stop saying, if I had time. You do have time. Stop worrying about tomorrow and stop waiting for tomorrow. Give God today, and He will take care of tomorrow. Cut yourself loose from the past. Bury your failure in the grave of God's forgetfulness, and let Him give you a brand new day. If you have not accepted Jesus Christ, now is the time. To redeem something means to buy it back, to regain possession of it. Time is a gift from God, and none of us know how much of it are we allowed. Only God knows how much time of us we each have on this earth to make decisions that will impact eternity. When God says we should be redeeming the time, He wants us to live in constant awareness of that ticking clock and make the most of the time we have. The worst thing that can happen to someone is for them to get to the end of their life and realize they wasted their life and the opportunities that came their way. In fact, Jesus said, what good is it to gain the whole world and lose your soul? In other words, what good is it to have everything you want in life, money, the family, the job, the whole plan, but to die in your sin, separated from God? But what about the believer? I think it will be a tragedy for us to go to the end of our lives and regret how poorly we manage what God gave us. I wish I gave more. I wish I spent more time with my kids. I wish I read the Bible more. I wish I told the people that I love. I wish I told more people about Jesus and God. One thing that we can do is asking God to help us with our time. We should start every morning by committing our day to the Lord and asking Him to help us do something that day that's eternally significant. By the beginning of our day, with eternity in our mind, we become more aware of spiritual nudges in our hearts. We look forward for the ways we can honor our Lord, help someone else, or utilize our time in productive ways, such as sitting at a red light. We can pray for our neighbor. James chapter 4, verse 14 reminds us that our earthly lives are more than a fog that appears and then quickly evaporates. Our money and possessions will be given to someone else. Our jobs will be filled by others. Our family members will mourn us, but will move on with their lives that don't include us. All that remains of our lives on earth is that which was invested eternally. In the end, all that matters is what we did or did not do to redeem the time that we have on earth.
When people say, for example, I would read the Bible, but I'm just so busy I don't have time. Or, I know I should spend more time in prayer, but I just don't have time. I don't have time. Think about what you're saying. You're saying to the God of this universe, the Creator, you're saying to the Sovereign of this universe, our Sustainer, you're saying to this God who is our Judge, you don't have time for Him?